Hey everyone, it's Victoria Rooney. I'm here at the Northeast Film Festival Horror Fest, and I'm joined by
Andrew Blazensky.
Perfect. So can you tell me a little bit about your project that you're here for today, and what was your role in it?
Sure. Our project here today is called Agnes Wakes Up. I was the co-writer, producer, director on it.
I love that you wore so many hats. That's great. Yes. So tell me a little bit, without giving it away, about the project.
So our project drops the audience right into an exorcism scene, post-exorcism, and we kind of follow the victim of it who tries to simply escape the cabin she's locked in. But however, the priests all around her are dead, and the demon that was exorcised from her has yet to be caught. And it creepily haunts her as she tries to escape.
Okay, yeah. I love that. So tell me a little bit about the process going into it. I know you wore many hats, so start from the first, role into the second. So, what was it like writing it, directing it?
Sure. So I did this with my writing, producing, directing partner, Neil Chestnut, who couldn't be here today, unfortunately. So I'm here to rep on behalf of the film. But this was a product from the Hollywood labor strikes last summer. Him and I both come from the industry. We worked in it, but however, there was a delay of work at the time. So we had to kind of fulfill the creative need to make something. So we wrangled some money together, and we went to college together as well. And we had always had this idea to shoot something creepy in his family's cabin in the woods in Santa Cruz, California, where we went to school, actually. So we got to be in our college town. We started writing it around September of last year. We prepped it in October, and then we shot it at the top of November in 2023. And it was a great process. It was a small crew, a crew I'm very thankful for. There was only about 5 of us on set at the time we shot it. And then our editor, our VFX supervisor, and our colorist came in post. So all in all, probably about 10 or 11 people created this great product that I'm very proud to share.
I love that. So as, a director, writer, there could be a lot of things that just come up on the fly. So how did you deal with that? Were there any little mishaps that then created something even more beautiful or anything like that?
Yeah, I could tell you a story. I actually became a little ill on the first night. We shot over 2 nights, and I became a little ill and had to remove myself from set for about an hour, which luckily enough, I could just leave it to my co-director to take over and handle. But it was one of those things where we had blocked everything and storyboarded, and we had a shot list we were going off of. But when you're there on the day, what I am thankful for is we were very open to a lot of crew suggestions. So we had a great camera operator named Chriselle Magana, who was able to, amplify a lot of our planned shots to create an even more immersive feel to the movie. And just trying things on the fly was both risky for time, but also paid off incredibly well in the final product. So, the synergy on set both nights, because we shot it over the course of a weekend, was really great to feed off, and the actresses as well, Chelsea and Jillian, had suggestions too about their characters. We just tried it all as much as we could, and so that gave us more options in the editing room. And I'm really, again, proud of what we came up with.
I love how you collabed with everyone, took every idea. That's great. So tell me a little bit about horror specifically. What drew you to that genre? Has this been always the genre you kind of wanted to explore?
I feel like it's up there with the top 3 kind of genres I love to write and direct in. But I think my filmmaking partner and I were big fans of James Wan, the Saw franchise, the Conjuring movies, and I think our goal for this movie was to, on a tight budget, try to create as many studio level scares as we could. The craft as well. We actually dressed the whole movie ourselves too. So the art direction is us for the first many hats. Yeah. So we just spending a month gathering period props for 19th century placing, and the atmosphere of the movie was extremely important to us, because if you didn't feel that, it risked removing the audience immediately if you couldn't at least feel the immediate tension that we were going for. So I hope we succeeded.
I think you did. The details, it's all in the details, and you guys have that for sure. So tell me a little bit about, obviously you did like the horror genre, everything, you very detailed with it. So what do you hope that the audience will take away from the film?
I really hope that the audience feels the labor of love that this movie was. I hope they can feel a sort of elevated mood from this, that a sort of a wow factor of like, wow, they shot that with no money, or wow, that took 2 nights, it didn't take a week. Like, you know, what can be done? I think one thing we knew from writing it was, how do we keep challenging ourselves? How do we like keep pushing? How can we transform the very generic like exorcism movie? How do we like show it from a different perspective? How do we amplify it so that it feels fresh and different? And that was our main goal, is let's try to deliver something fresh but familiar so that people can say, whoa, I never thought of it that way. Yeah.
That's amazing. I love the different perspectives of it, for sure. So last question is a fun one. Tell me what your favorite memory on set was.
Oh, my favorite memory. So we shot it in a cabin over 2 nights. Call time was, I think, 4 p.m. going to about 3 a.m. And it was in November in Northern California, so it's probably dropping to the 30s at night. We had one shot. The final shot is true outside. It's a true exterior shot. But most of the inside stuff, the cabin we shot in doesn't have any central heating. So our great DP, Alexander Ho, had this idea to just turn on the oven and just leave the door open, and that would heat the crew, and that would heat the cast and keep everyone warm, and it worked. It was great. Yeah, just figuring out stuff that somehow worked. It was very symbolic of the whole shoot. Just if something doesn't go as planned, then you got to just either try something on the fly and hope it works. And this was very, again, it was something we relied on from night one after he suggested it. And I think I just remember like the sort of MacGyvering of everything to help the crew and keep everyone happy. Yeah.
I'm so glad. It sounds like everything came together so wonderfully. So that's amazing. We'll definitely be following along. So thank you so much, and I hope great things. Yes, thank you. Thank you.